Welcome back to online classes. Dear students, I'm James here. How are you? Before I'm going to start Evidence Act subject, those who are not subscribed my YouTube channel, subscribe freely. Okay? The bell also there, you just click, and subscribe also wording is there, just press it. Send your feedback also. Okay? Why? Because viewers and the students is very important to me. This is the main thing I'm sending videos. Okay? Okay, students, today I'm going to discuss with section 113 of Evidence Act. Okay, this Evidence Act is very important in our court area, because without proving any witness, that case immediately dismissed. Okay, if you are having good knowledge and you have all rights and you have a good reputed concern, reputed client also in your side is right way, that and all no use, because as per the court you must prove the material evidence. Without material evidence there is no validity there. Immediately dismiss the petitions. Okay, those who are studying in law students, and as well as those who are practicing advocate, or those who are judicial aspirants, please watch this video. Send your feedback the right time and right way. Okay, students, today I am going to discuss section 113 of Evidence Act. This act explains about proof of cession of territory. Proof of cession of territory. Okay. According to section 113, a notification in the official gazette that any portion of British territory as before the commencement of Part 3 of the Government of India Act 1935, okay, been ceded to any native state, because the pre-constitution law explained about 1935 is Indian Act. After post-constitution, after the independence, okay, our constitution will be live in force. So the prince or ruler shall be conclusive proof of that a valid cession of such territory took place at the date mentioned in, okay, such a notification. Okay, and also we'll discuss about section 113 subclause A. What is that? 113 subclause A. The act was inserted in the Evidence Act 1872 by the amendment of Act 46 of 1983, known as the Criminal Law Amendment Act. Section 113B was inserted in Evidence Act 1872 by the Amendment Act 43 of 1986 with effect January 5th, 1986. Let's see section 113 subclause A, because these are all amended. Section 113A explain about presumption as to abatement of suicide by a married woman. Okay, presumption as to abatement of suicide by a married woman. Here, when the question is whether the commission of suicide by a woman had been abated by her husband or any relative of her husband, and it is shown that she had committed suicide within a period of 7 years from the date of her marriage, and that her husband or such relative of her husband had subjected her to cruelty. The main thing is cruelty. The court may presume, having regard to all the other circumstances of the case, that such suicide has been abated by her husband or such relative of her husband. Based on this section, the explanation is also here. For the purpose of this section, cruelty shall have the same meaning in section 498A of Indian Penal Code 1860. We just refer it, that IPC portion, cruelty meaning. Okay, because this punishment area, wherever the punishment area will be coming, automatically evidence will be proved. Those who are not those who are not proving the evidence as per the Evidence Act, that particular part is dismissed. That's all. Okay. What is the main points of this section? Here, the main ingredients, number one is section 113A does not create any new offense. Okay, and it does not create any substantive right. It is only rule of evidence only. Okay, rule of evidence. And second one, the woman committed suicide must be a married woman within the meaning of section 113A. And third point, such a woman committed suicide within 7 years of her marriage. Note down, 7 years, within 7 years. Fourth point, the law presumes that her husband and his relatives abated her to commit suicide. Number fifth point, her husband or his relatives subjected her to cruelty. Number 6, the term cruelty in this section shall have the same meaning in section 498 subclause A of Indian Penal Code. So the cruelty means, number 1, any willful conduct which is of such a nature as likely to drive the woman to commit suicide or to cause grave injury or danger to life, limb or health. That means whether mental or physical of the woman. Or number 2, harassment of the woman, where such harassment is with a view to coercing her, coercing, C-O-E-R-C-I-N-G, coercing, okay, her or any person related to her meet any unlawful demand for any property or valuable security, or is on account of failure by her or any person related to her to meet such demand. This is called cruelty. Now understand meaning of cruelty? Okay, what is the relation between section 306 of IPC and 113A of Evidence Act? Because wherever the 306 or 498 is coming, automatically the presumption also coming to the court. So the Presumption Act is 113A. Okay, the section 306 of the Indian Penal Code lays down in the provisions for abatement of suicide. Okay, this is 306 is IPC, Indian Penal Code. That means abatement of suicide, and it says that if any person commits suicide, whoever abates the commission of such suicide shall be punished with the imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine as per the 306 IPC. And section 306 IPC creates a substantive offence and imposes punishment against the wrongdoer. Okay, it is an independent section. Section 306 IPC is a common section containing penalty provision and is applicable to all suicides, whereas section 113A of the Evidence Act is an adjunctive legal provision. Okay, adjunctive legal provision, especially stressing upon the abatement of suicide of a married woman within 7 years of her marriage. Section 113A of the Evidence Act does not create any substantive right, but is only a procedural law. The abatement against a married woman need not be directly made by accused. It may be direct or indirect. If the accused, that is her husband or his relatives, husband relatives, demanded dowry or tortured her for any reason, any cause forcing her to commit is an abatement of suicide within the meaning of section 113A. Section 113A clearly presumed the accused, that is the husband or his relatives. This presumption is not available in case of section 306 of IPC. Okay, 306 is punishment area. This evidence is presumption area. Okay, students, and also the object of this section, when a person in police custody dies, any one of the person in police custody dies, it raises a suspicion of torture by the police. The in charge of the police station shall have to explain for the said lockup death. Who is the in charge of the police station? Inspector of police. The general public believe that the police are responsible for the lockup death. The provision of section 113A Evidence Act create the similar presumption and liability upon the husband and his relatives within whose custody the married woman lived until her death. Okay, and naturally certain time is required to accustom to a newly transplanted woman in a new family. The law presumes that 7 years period is sufficient for woman to adjust in new life, within which period children are born and bondage of love and affection surrounding the wife, husband and children shall be created. In the initial stage, that is within 7 years, there may be inhuman demand for the dowry from the side of husband and his relatives. It is found statistically the most of the dowry suicides and dowry deaths were happened from the marriage day up to 4 or 5 years of the marriage. Hence, the framers of the Indian Penal Code and the Evidence Act fixes 7 years as the limitation period in section 113A of the Evidence Act and 304B of Indian Penal Code. 304B is dowry death. Okay. So these provisions eradicate the dowry suicide and dowry deaths in India also. And also section 113A Indian Evidence Act and section 498A of IPC shall be read with combinedly. The former is rule of evidence and the later is substantive offences. And another point of view of the same section, rebuttable presumption. What is that? Where a married woman commits suicide within 7 years of her marriage, the law directs that the court may presume that she had committed suicide due to the cruelty of her husband or husband relatives. Such a presumption is a rebuttable presumption. The burden of proof lies upon her husband and his relative that they have not acted with cruelty against her. Okay, this rebuttable presumption given by the lawmaker, and at present who is at court. Okay, students, that's all. Section 113A of Evidence Act. Okay, students, we'll meet you again next online classes. Stay with your legal mind. Don't forget it. Please subscribe this channel. Send your feedback. Okay. Happy day. Bye. See you.